Okay, this is the second in my four-part series on productivity, and last month I talked about the power of isolation. So if you missed that, go back to the archives and check it out. And now I'm going to talk about, I guess, the power of sleep is how I would describe it. And there are a number of recent studies that show that a nap every day between 6 and 90 minutes really boosts energy, boosts focus, boosts productivity. So it might seem counterintuitive, but if you were to come into my office, you would look, the one significant piece of furniture I've had in my office since we opened the company in 2000 is a big black leather recliner. What do you suppose I use that for? I don't work in it very often. I do occasionally sleep in it though. And quite frankly, as close to every day as I possibly can, although it doesn't happen all the time. And I want to tell you something about the power of sleep. The studies are irrefutable because there's so many of them that talk about the restorative powers of those short power naps, if you will. There was a situation where we actually solved a significant, tough client problem while sleeping. So a number of years ago, Rich and I were in Miami Beach, and the CEO and the COO came to us with this significant, tricky problem about their CFO and the board and a bunch of confusing issues. And we sat and talked throughout an entire dinner about how to fix that problem. And at the end of that conversation, Rich and I looked at Bruce and Harvey, the CEO and CFO, and said, guys, we can't see how to solve this problem. It's just got too many variables. So we agreed to think on it and get back together for breakfast the next morning, and Rich and I went back to the hotel, and I think I went over to his room. We talked for another 2 hours to see if we could figure out some way to solve that problem. Did not come up with a solution. So go to sleep, and I was planning really to sleep just a short period of time and get up and think some more. In that short period of time, less than 90 minutes, this dream hits me. In that dream, I'm sitting there with Rich. We're at breakfast the next morning with Bruce and Harvey. And I look at Bruce and I go, Bruce, I don't see a solution to your problem. And Rich, in my dream, goes, I have a solution. And in the dream, I look at him like, seriously? We're partners? And you have a solution you don't even talk to me about? And he goes on and articulates this 12-point plan to solve the problem. I wake up, bolt out of my nap, and grab a notepad and jot that thing down. The first thing I did was went to Rich's room and said, hey Rich, check this out. And we go through the plan, son of a gun, that might work. So the next morning we go down to breakfast with Bruce and Harvey, and everybody is sitting in the exact same places that they were sitting in my dream. And Bruce looks at us and says, so guys, what do you think about the problem? And Rich looks at him and goes, tell him, Rob. And I told Bruce about the dream. He's laughing and looking at me pretty strange. And then we go through the 12-point plan, and Bruce goes, that'll work. Harvey goes, that'll work. It did work. And it came to us, it came to me in a dream. So there's real power, real client resolution, real value in taking those short naps. So don't be afraid of those. Embrace them. And once again, our intention for you is that you continue to consult from strength. Thank you.